मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमो नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Glad to welcome all devotees for today's session of Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. I am extremely grateful to all of you for joining these classes despite having so many preoccupations, obviously on a weekend. So thank you very much once again. Let us continue. And before we continue, I think Lakshmi Venkat Mataji is here. We can hear something from her. Mataji, how are things going?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. What can I tell, Prabhuji? It is in a bad shape only. Everywhere. What to do? Recently in Kullu also, yesterday it was a big catastrophe out there. So many houses and all, they had to evacuate also, but still some of them got caught in this thing, Prabhuji. And the rain during the night, it is really scary. It is too scary. Nobody can help it, Prabhuji. It is nature's way of taking this thing or teaching a lesson to us. I do not know. But that has to take its own course. So all the ways, the roads and the highways are all blocked. So we are not able to move from here to even to Chandigarh. If we have to go to Chandigarh, then we need to take a big turn from another 40 kilometers or something. And it is heavy traffic because of the heavy vehicles and all. So it is a really tough time in Himachal now. It has never ever happened. It is considered to be Dev Bhumi, but I don't know where the Devas have gone or what mistakes we have done. And we are bearing, I mean, actually that is the repercussions of all these things, Prabhuji. I feel that.
How do you get your essential supplies and things?
Prabhuji, the shops are there, whatever stocks they have got. The shops are all big malls and all are also there. But whatever stock is there, it is, and that is suppose milk and all in between, there is a scarcity, which comes from Chandigarh, Punjab. It comes from Punjab. So at times it is a problem. Local milkmen also, they also supply, but they are not able to commute actually. They have to come from the villages and all. Villages already there is heavy laws of property and so many things. Without any, I feel that all this is all a political thing where the people because I keep on reading Bhagavad Gita, so I feel Yudhishthira used to feel bad when Kali Yuga started. He felt very bad what all is going to happen. Everything is happening at present in Himachal. So I feel really sorry for the people around also, Prabhuji. So many temples, Prabhuji, that is also where it is a sacred place, where they had gone. I mean, till yesterday, they have last dead body they have removed from the Shiv Mandir where they had gone to offer water on Monday. So it's really a very sad state out here in Himachal. It should take. It has never ever happened. Even in Uttarakhand and all, it happens, but not like this, Prabhuji. Here
it was always waiting to happen.
Maybe.
For a long time, geologists have been telling have been rather warning that
Mhm.
Himalayas is a very unstable mountain.
Yeah. The environmentalists also, they are telling the same thing, that we had warned them long back, but all the, I mean, what to say, the government departments, just like they had to deal with all this sanctioning of the plots and all that without thinking. They did. When the Britishers were there, that time they had a control of the population there in Shimla actually. But after that, once it was taken over.
Nowadays, there is so much of uncontrolled mining, building of bridges, tunneling, building houses on the slopes,
Corruption.
clearing
Prabhuji, it
trees.
is all corruption. Greed has taken its own this thing.
So there was sufficient warning. So if what is happening now, if this is also, if people don't pay heed, then worse is in store. See, not only Himachal, but global warming is affecting the whole world.
Yeah, very true.
Sometimes it rains, what is the quota for one whole year? It rains in one night.
Very true.
Such things are happening very, very frequently. In major cities like Mumbai also, in Nashik and places like that.
Unusually it is. Everything
One
is happening.
whole year rain happens in one night only.
Very true.
How is it possible to take it? And in an unstable place like the Himachal, it's all the more dangerous.
Very true.
So the answer is that everyone should turn to God, but it will
very
not
true.
happen.
Very true. Very true. That is
so
it.
There was a very nice lecture by one of the gurus of ISKCON. He happened to be in an airport, in Delhi airport, waiting to catch a flight. He was sitting in a corner and trying to take rest after a very hectic day. But then there was a huge crowd in another part of the airport, and somebody came from that crowd and he said, the central minister is here, wants to talk to you. And so please give her some time. So this guru said, all right, let her come. So this lady came. She was in charge of environment. So the environment minister directly confronted the guru and she said, you gurus, you are going and preaching so much of spirituality and all everywhere, but what are you doing for the nation? There is so much of pollution. There is so much of environmental degradation. We government, we are struggling to get right all these things, but what you people are doing? So he very politely replied to her that yes, all of us have a role. We Swamis, we also have some role to play. You as ministers, you are also playing your role. But let me tell you one thing. Even if supposing you find the best solution to cleanse the land, the air, the water, and everything, the oceans, everything, if you find a solution to cleanse them, and tomorrow you make everything pristine, clean, absolutely no pollution, take it from me, in just another week, they will all become polluted as before. Because you have cleansed everything, but you have not cleansed the heart of people. You might cleanse the ocean, you may cleanse the mountains, you may cleanse the farms, everything you can cleanse. But how will you cleanse the mind of people? And all the pollutions you see outside, it is simply the external manifestation of the pollution inside. It is the greed which is manifesting outside in the form of all this pollution. So we as Swamis, we do our little bit to clean the hearts of people. So we both have our role to play. You as minister, you have a business to cleanse the environment. Go ahead and do it. We as Swamis, in our own humble way, we are trying to cleanse the hearts of people. Then that lady accepted. Yes, what you are saying is quite true.
We have to be more spiritual. Then we can.
Then the job will be done. Then the job will be done. You don't have to do anything. You just
very
spiritual.
Yeah.
The world will cleanse itself. I don't know. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you come to the 4th canto, you read about Prithu Maharaj. In Prithu Maharaj's time, the earth simply withheld everything. It withheld the seeds. It withheld all produce. People were getting nothing. So the Mother Earth withdraws everything. The same earth, when Yudhishthira Maharaj was the emperor, she gave everything in profusion. Crops were growing automatically. The yield was coming automatically from trees, from plants, from creepers, from bushes. Everything was giving. The mountains were giving jewels. The oceans were giving pearls. They were simply throwing it on the beaches. And the mountains were showering gems. And the harvest was growing by itself. The cows were wetting the earth with their milk bags. That was the life. So let us understand, this is a living earth. We think it is a dead planet. but it is living. She will give when people live pious lives, when people live good God-centered lives, the earth will give automatically.
Very true.
So whatever suffering, whatever happiness, it is all managed by the living earth, Mother Earth. We cannot dig wherever we want. They say China is drilling a hole to the core of the earth.
Very good, let them do. And they will face the
All these
consequences.
things we are seeing.
Actually, they say construction of the buildings in hilly areas, it should be 90 degree, but they have half that. That is, it has become 45 degree now. So obviously, it is going to happen. One tree with the deep-rooted trees, that pine trees and all, one falls, it will pull everything down together. So it is happening like that only. And in front of my house, in front of our house only, 90 trees with the electric saw they cut down, Prabhuji. And till date, they have not constructed anything. I do not know what dispute between the greedy people happened, but till date they have not done a single task out there. No building has come up, but they've just cut down the trees. And so many birds, you won't believe, so many migratory birds used to visit that place. Everything gone now. Now it has become a barren land with the 4-lane being constructed. I don't know what they want to do actually. It was actually predicted by Veerbhadra Singh, the previous chief minister, that you stopped doing this 4-lane business out here. But nobody heard him. He passed away, but nobody heard him now. So what is happening is they have actually seen
as devotees, we have to also become sensitive to what's happening outside, and we have to increase our prayers. We have to we have to also search within. How much greed is still larger in our heart, we don't know. So we have to purify ourselves, and we have to help others to purify their own hearts. The more we remember Krishna, the more we glorify Krishna by hearing and chanting, our hearts will become purified. And this will have its effect on the environment around us. Let us not take things on the basis of the external reports, what we are getting. Let us understand that internal cleansing has a great potential to transform this world. What we see outside is what is within only. That's it. So the more this happens, spiritualization of the society, when it happens, all these things will automatically stop. And we will see heaven on earth. Actually, Prabhupada said, someone asked Prabhupada, if everybody took to Krishna consciousness and they start chanting, what will happen to this world? Prabhupada, this world will become Vaikuntha, as simple as that. And Vaikuntha means what? A place where there is no anxiety. Where every need is fulfilled and nobody has any unfulfilled need and there is no anxiety. This world will become like that. So it's not that you have to travel to reach Vaikuntha. This very world will become Vaikuntha. It's all a matter of consciousness only.
Prabhuji, is it possible in this Kali Yuga? Will it happen again? I don't say. See, man has reached moon now.
Whether it will happen again is not a question within our domain. But let us be clear that this is the solution. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told for the next 10,000 years, this solution of Sankirtan will be available. Whoever takes up this process of Sankirtan, Harinam Sankirtan, they will be delivered. And Prabhupada said, ISKCON and the books of ISKCON will be the law books of the world for the next 10,000 years. So this is the golden part of the Kali Yuga. The 10,000 years, whoever joins the Sankirtana movement, they will get delivered. So our mission is to bring as many people as possible within this embrace of the Sankirtana movement. What will happen to others, it is not for us to, we cannot say anything about it. It's all absolutely the Lord's plan. So what Prabhupada says, instead of becoming hopeless, do your best. Do your best. Whatever you can to give this knowledge to others, you give it. At the same time, with all sincerity, you practice. There's someone who gave this very beautiful quotation. One should preach always, 24 hours. But sometimes he can also speak. Sometimes he can speak. But you should preach 24 hours. So that preaching is our behavior. By our mind, by our thoughts, by our words, by our actions. That is our preaching. We don't have to go out and preach Krishna consciousness, but 24 hours we should live in Krishna consciousness. That is our most powerful preaching. It will have its effect on others. So in whichever way we feel out of gratitude, we should try to distribute to others. Out of so many crores of people, somehow we have been chosen for this knowledge. So let us experience this gratitude and then let us share it with humanity. Whatever best we can. We don't have to set up targets like Prabhupada went into every continent and every major city. We may not be able to do that, but within our capability, let us try to do it. That requires deep faith in what we have learned. We need to deepen our faith in what we have learned. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, near my house in the nearby apartment, there are some people, most of them have Bhagavad Gita as it is, but they do not know how to read it, Prabhuji. So past 10 days, I've been going to the nearby apartment for 1 hour in the evening and helping them to read Bhagavad Gita. So there are some elderly people also. They do not know how to join Zoom session and try to attend classes and all. But over a period of time, once they get that interest, they may be able to do. But now, Prabhuji, they seem to be interested in reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. So with all your blessings and praying to Srila Prabhupada, I went and I started with the Gita Mahatmyam, a couple of slokas, and then the importance of Harinam, Sankirtan, and then we are reading the second chapter now, Prabhuji, for the past 10 days.
Wonderful.
That,
Amazing. All our sincere prayers for success of your effort. I request all devotees to chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Let Mataji's effort succeed. So many elderly senior citizens, let them get the benefit of Srimad Bhagavad Gita at this ripe old age. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Mataji. Very inspiring. I request all devotees to take a leaf from her book and try to do whatever best you can. I see now so many online efforts are going on. So much of preaching is happening online. But of course, when somebody doesn't even know how to access, say, Zoom or YouTube or things like that, or even WhatsApp, so much preaching is happening through WhatsApp also. They are giving a topic and they are giving the audio. People can simply listen to it. And then, they ask some questions and answers. They can reply to it like that. So much preaching is expanding. Whatever creative thinking we have, we can deploy it in the service of Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. So where are we now in chapter 3? '20?
21st sloka, I think.
21st. Yeah. Okay. Very important sloka here also. Yadyad acharati shreshtas tadyadeveta janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. Very important sloka for every devotee to know. We should not get confused. We know bhakti is the highest path. It is susukam kartum, easy to perform, and also avyayam. It is imperishable. So bhakti is simultaneously the easiest and the highest path in Krishna's own words. So we are all fortunate we have taken to the path of bhakti. So we have to practice bhakti. We don't have to do anything else. We should be very clear on this. We don't have to do karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, karma kanda, all these things bhakta need not do. But he should absorb himself fully in bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga means what? Navavida bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandaram, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. All these 9 processes of bhakti we can do. We can do one process more if you have a taste for it. We can do Shravanam more, Kirtanam more, Smaranam more, whatever suits us. But chanting, the path given by Prabhupada, we should strictly follow. Morning program, chanting of 16 rounds, eating Krishna Prasadam, all these things we should do. Apart from that, Navavida Bhakti, whichever suits us most, we can perform that. This is for a devotee. And who is a devotee? Devotee is one who has got Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. What is that faith? Faith in Bhakti. If a person has faith that yes, Bhakti is the best path and I want to follow Bhakti and I want to read Bhakti scriptures, I want to take guidance from advanced Bhaktas and I don't want to do anything else. My goal is to get Krishna Prema and the best path is to perform Bhakti under the guidance of senior Vaishnavas and Shastras. Such a person has got Shraddha and the doors of bhakti are open to them. But unfortunately, many people don't have that Shraddha. How does that Shraddha come? We have learned earlier through Sukriti. Either your own Agyata Sukriti, unknowingly have done acts of bhakti, or some devotee has come into your life and prayed for you. To Lord, please allow this person entry into bhakti. That way that Shraddha comes. But there are many people who don't have that Shraddha. On the one side, you can try to give them the Sukriti by feeding them prasadam unknowingly. You don't have to tell them it is prasadam. Some people may be happy to accept prasadam. Some people may not. For them, you need not say it is prasadam, but somehow make them eat it. Make them hear the Mahamantra. Make them visit the temple and take darshan and appreciate the festivals. Now Janmashtami is coming, Balram Jayanti is coming. Somehow pull them to the temple, make them listen to the lectures, listen to the kirtan, take darshan, take prasadam. Like that, you expose them to Krishna consciousness. If they appreciate it, becomes their Sukriti. Gradually, Sukriti will transform into Shraddha. But apart from that, human form of life is very, very valuable. One should not waste it. Why? Because human form is the only trapdoor for us to escape from material life. You can either go for liberation or you can go to the Vaikuntha planets. Only human form of life offers this opportunity to get out of the sufferings of material life. From this material creation, we can escape once and for all. But if someone is not able to take up bhakti for some reason, Krishna does not want to reject them completely. Oh, you don't come for bhakti, I reject you. No. For such people, Krishna has given Varnashrama Dharma. So for us, our Dharma is called Nitya Dharma. Bhakti is called Nitya Dharma. Why it is called Nitya Dharma? Because it is the activity of the soul. Can anybody explain what is Nitya Dharma in your understanding? Have we spoken this before or not? The concept of Nitya Dharma and Naimittika Dharma, have we discussed it before? Anyone remembers?
No, Prabhuji.
Anyone else? Okay, let me briefly touch upon this. We are souls and we are trapped in bodies. 84 lakh different species. Human form is the most special out of that. So, Nitya Dharma does not belong to the body. Nitya Dharma belongs to the soul. And what is Nitya Dharma? Jivera Swarupahaya Krishnera Nitya Dasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has clarified. Jivera Swarupa, that the original constitutional position of the Jiva is to be the servant of Krishna forever. So if you have taken to bhakti, devotional service, you have come to your Nitya Dharma of the soul. Nitya Dharma of the soul is eternal servant of Krishna. And you have already come to serve Krishna. So you have entered into Nitya Dharma. But there are other people who are still trapped in the bodily consciousness. They have not come to this consciousness of I am the eternal servant of Krishna. So what do you do with them? So for them, there is something called Naimittika Karma. Naimittika Dharma or Naimittika Karma. What is that? Depending on your material designation, you are given some duties. That is what we are reading here in 3rd chapter. 3rd chapter is not strictly Bhakti Yoga. 3rd chapter is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is called Naimittika Dharma. What is Naimittika Dharma? As long as the soul has material identification, rather misidentification. I think I am this body. My identification with the body. I am an Indian, I am a Hindu, I am a Brahmin, or I am a Muslim, or I am a Christian, or I am an American, I am white, I am black, I am yellow, I am red, I am educated, I am uneducated, I am a rich man, I am a poor man. All these are material designations. But when you come to the consciousness, I am the eternal soul, eternal servant of Krishna, then you are in your constitutional position. At that stage, all these designations fall away. They have no meaning at all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang in one beautiful song that I am neither Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. I am not grihastha, brahmachari, vanaprastha, or sannyasi. I am none of these designations, material designations. What am I? I am simply Gopi Bhartrur Pada Kamalayo Das Dasanu Das. I am simply the servant of the protector of the gopis. I am the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. Gopi Bhartu, the one who protects the gopis, the master of the gopis. I am the servant of the servant of his servant. Not even directly Krishna's servant. Krishna's servant, servant, servant. So that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed. And that is the mood he recommends us to accept. So when you accept that mood, you are in your constitutional position. But if you are not there, then you have to accept that I am either Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Then I am a Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Once you identify, or I am a male or a female. All these carry dharma. Stri, Stri dharma. Man, Purusha dharma. King, Raja dharma. Brahmachari, Brahmacharya dharma. Grihastha, Grihastha dharma. Brahmana, Brahmana dharma. Shudra, Shudra dharma. These are all called Naimitika dharma. Naimitika means this is not your eternal dharma. Someday you will realize I am eternally the servant of Krishna. Then you will come to Nitya dharma of devotional service. But as long as you have not come to that consciousness, you must be engaged in sinless activities or pious activities. Those activities have to follow your designation. And that is why Krishna created this Varnashrama system. Varna Ashrama system. So if you follow Varna Ashrama system, then you are following your Naimitika dharma. They will say Brahmana must perform Trikala Sandhya Vandana, Brahmana should perform Yagyas, Brahmana should teach Vedas to others, Brahmana should spend his time learning the scriptures, Brahmana should perform Yagyas and perform Yagyas for the welfare of the society, Brahmana dharma. Kshatriya dharma, Kshatriya has to rule the land according to Varnashrama principles. He should guide the people on proper moral path. He should punish the wicked people. He should protect the land from the attack of impious people. He has to collect taxes from the people and spend it on the spiritual welfare of the society. Like that, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijya, he has to maintain cows, he has to do farming, and he has to do trading in these products. And Shudra, he must serve all these three Varnas sincerely, loyally, faithfully. So like that, dharmas are prescribed. Same way for Brahmachari, what is the duty? Grihastha, what is the duty? All these are called Naimitika dharma. So, if people are willing to come to devotional service, he can straight away engage them in bhakti. But those people who are not able to come directly, then you should engage them in karma yoga. Karma. You should perform. See, karma yoga, there are two levels, right? One is karma kanda, another is called karma yoga. What is the difference? Karma kanda means I have desires. I want to become rich. I want to become beautiful. I want to have a very beautiful spouse. I want to have long life. I want to have a disease-free body. I want to become very powerful. All these desires. The scriptures advise there is a way to fulfill these desires. What is that? You have to do some charity. You have to perform some yajna. You have to worship some devata. You have to practice some austerity. Through these methods, you can attain your desire. So that is called karma kanda, part of the Vedic scriptures. So even though you are a devotee, even though these things don't mean anything to you, but when you are dealing with people and if you find that they don't have a devotional inclination, then you should engage them in activities suitable to their level of development. Some people are suitable for karma kanda, some people for karma yoga, some people for jnana yoga, some people for ashtanga yoga. Engage them. Some people want to worship devatas. Engage them. Don't shake the faith of anyone. This is Krishna's advice. So in this shloka, Krishna is saying the same thing. Whatever noble men follow, other people will imitate. Yad yad acharati shreshta. High grade people, whatever they practice, others will copy. And whatever they, in their life they practice, other people will automatically pick it up. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, So you should also engage people according to their tendency, according to their swabhava. You should not push everybody into bhakti. It will not work. Rather, they will do offenses. Is the point clear? So that is what Krishna is telling here. Even though you are a bhakta, you must do bhakti, but because you are a king, you are a kshatriya, for the sake of the world around you, you must practice kshatriya dharma. Is there any doubt here? Anyone has any doubts in this point? Any practical implications anyone wants to clarify?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
May I, Prabhuji? But when we will be so eager to bring our family into bhakti, no, Prabhuji. So the patience won't be there.
Yeah, so you realize that it may not happen. See, someone told this very nice thing. Bhakti seed. Do you know? Bhakti Lata Bija. Have you heard?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The seed of bhakti is an individual seed, not a family seed. What do you understand by this?
Yes, Prabhuji. Each soul has its own karma and its soul baggage.
So I cannot say I am a devotee, so the whole family become devotee. I cannot say. It is like saying I like white shirt, I want the whole family now wear white only. I cannot. Somebody likes red, somebody likes black, somebody likes yellow. I cannot be a tyrant and I cannot force people like that. And this is a matter of consciousness. How can you impose something on the consciousness of somebody who has no inclination for it? So that is what is important. For the sake of our family, on the one side, I am a devotee, but on the other side, I must practice varnashrama also. Why? Because somebody in my family is not devotionally inclined. What will happen to them? At least they should pick up varnashrama so that they don't fall into animal existence in their future births. They become lost. They become confused. They pick up wicked practices, habits, ungodly, impious activities they may indulge. So according to a person's nature, we must engage them. Especially it is important for a king. So that's why the example of Janaka was given. Janaka was a pure devotee, but still he set an example for his population by performing yajnas, by performing charity, by performing austerity. He did karmakanda to guide people. So this is something a devotee should take it into heart very, very carefully. You should not preach violently. Violent preaching means permanently you turn your family away from Krishna. If they feel Krishna has taken my mother away from me, or Krishna has taken my wife away from me, then they will start hating Krishna. And we have to be extremely careful not to do that. Even if our own devotion takes a backseat, we should make sure that our family members don't become permanent enemies of Krishna. They have to become extremely, extremely humble. Fortunately, as a devotee progresses, naturally they become humble. They don't feel any pride. They don't feel any superiority complex. On the contrary, they feel extremely fortunate and unqualified that somehow I came into Krishna consciousness. So we have to never behave in a way that, oh, devotees have a superiority complex. Devotees always look down upon us. Devotees are very narrow-minded people. Devotees are very conservative and have blind faith. We should not allow, this is a disservice to the mission, disservice to Prabhupada and to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should be extremely careful. Even in telling people who worship demigods, hey, you are a demigod worshipper, it's not good, Your worship is under the control of the modes. You should worship beyond the modes. Like that, we should never talk. I hope none of the devotees here are doing these kind of mistakes. Can I hear
No,
something?
Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji. But I'm seeing a drastic change in my spouse behavior, Prabhuji, the way he does his puja. And earlier we had an ancestral puja box in which there was a saligram. And now he's so dedicated that early morning he'll take his bath, he doesn't take his breakfast. He does the puja for the saligram. And then he has, automatically it is happening. So I feel so nice. And in the evenings, sharp at 6:30, he'll switch on the Hare Krishna TV, where they have the Narsimha Kavacha, Narsimha Stotra. He listens to that. I mean, it is happening. So you feel so nice. So I have not put any pressure. He knows that prasadam means Tulsi, that now I've got the Tulsi plant also, Prabhuji. So the other Tulsi plant is ready, and he makes it a point. It has to be with the Tulsi only he offers in the morning prasadam. So, I mean, he's doing it. I want that he should do it. As a karta, he should do it. Whatever I am doing, excluding that, he should do it. So that soul also gets cleansed. So that thought process has started working in him. So I feel so nice. So I mean, it is happening automatically. Not earlier also used to say that don't put pressure on the family members and all. So I've never told anyone, but the way what I am doing, they don't hinder that also. Previously, they used to mock at me. What is this getting up early in the morning? You're doing this, you are doing that and all. But now nobody does that. But now slowly the change has come. So you feel nice. So, and he sees me reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and all. Every time that book is in front of me, I keep on going to that. So he makes it a point that she should also enjoy and I should. I mean, that thing is coming. And the Hare Krishna word comes from his mouth. So I feel so nice. Hare Krishna, he says, I get goosebumps when that comes from his mouth. So it is a drastic change, Prabhuji. I don't know. I mean, tears really rolled on.
All glories to you. All glories to you.
The glories to you only, Prabhuji. Because of you,
Mataji.
I'm in this. And because of that, there's one soul is changing now. So I feel so nice. So we are all fallen souls, I know that. But the thing is, slowly the transformation is taking place. So you feel very nice. Now he knows that this class will be there. She'll be sitting there. Now, no, this thing pressure on me that you should do this. You should earlier. That was a pressure on me. But now everything has stopped. Everything is very cool and calm. So he has his own things and he does it also. So I'm very happy about it, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. It's all mercy.
If someone was hostile to ISKCON,
yes, very true,
if they become neutral, it's a great achievement.
Yeah, very true.
You don't try to be harsh on them, drag them. No, you must do this, do that. No. From hostility, if they turn to neutrality, that's a great achievement. It's a matter of time, they will become favorable also.
And that is it, Prabhuji. That's, you feel so nice that puja box has been opened and every day there's a abhishekam for it and puja for it. So I feel so nice. Whatever he chants, he chants. So that I feel so nice. And that Hare Krishna comes, I get goosebumps. But that comes from his mouth, from his heart.
Now it is between him and Krishna.
Very true, very true. He's slowly taking his place in his heart. So I feel so nice. So it is, and he also tells me, I'll take you here, take you there. So I'm happy about it. Not earlier telling that come to the mall or come to the movie and all that, that has stopped. So now this thought process is there. So I feel very nice. At this age, I used to earlier also discuss with you that at this age, why Krishna didn't touch me earlier, why at this part of my life. But now I'm feeling so happy. Somewhere I must have done a little punya that I'm connected with this Krishna. So I feel so nice. Now I know what is the absolute truth, exactly what it is. So now it is touching the other person also. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai. So this is the point that Krishna is stressing in shloka number 21. Let us not turn people away from Krishna by our harsh behavior, by thinking I am superior. Unfortunately, in the early stages of coming to Krishna consciousness, we start thinking I am a devotee. We are actually not devotees. But somehow we start getting that impression, oh, I am a devotee of Krishna and others are not. So I am far superior to them. And we even start thinking, oh, demigods are inferior to me. Because demigods are not pure devotees. I am a pure devotee. So demigods are impure devotees. They have Mishra Bhaktas. They have material desires. That's why they have been given the position of demigod by Krishna. But I am a pure devotee. My only aspiration is to go back home, back to Godhead. I don't want any material position in this world or in the higher planetary systems. So then, pride automatically comes and we start behaving so harshly towards others. It's the greatest disservice that we can do to the movement. It is always the first word and the last word of Krishna consciousness is humility. That is the first word and there is a last word. There is nothing higher. There is nothing higher. Prema is a synonym for humility. It's not two different things. Not that you start with humility, end with prema. No. It's called dhainya. Dhainya bhav. Oh, I am so inferior. I am so fallen. That is the mood of the highest devotee. Krishna feels when a devotee does some sacrifice for Krishna, Krishna feels, oh, the devotee has done so much for me. How will I repay? Krishna says that, oh, Draupadi remembered me in the Sabha hall, but I did not respond to her in time. Krishna tells to Uddhava, that is one thought that is troubling me till the end. That is the mood of the Lord. He's so dhainya, so humble. That is how his Bhakta Vatsalya manifests. So humility, it cannot be compromised at any stage of our Krishna consciousness. If at any point of time in my practice, if I feel some sense of superiority, oh, I have progressed. Now I have left behind so many people, my own family members, my own neighbors, my own relatives. I have gone higher than. If such a consciousness comes, realize that you have fallen. You have not progressed. You have actually fallen. And you are in the grip of Maya. Maya has taken control. This is what we should understand. At no point of time we should let go of this concept of humility. So for all the people around us, we should serve them in humility. If they are not ready for Krishna consciousness, we should give it to them indirectly in a way palatable to them. In the meantime, we should engage them in pious activities suitable to their adhikar, their qualification. Adhikar means qualification. Some people have adhikar for karma kanda, let them. Somebody wants to work hard and come up in life, encourage them. And you tell them side by side, you also pray to the Lord. Don't tell them, oh, all these material goals are useless. Don't you realize that you are a soul? You are not this body. Why you are wasting your energy on such petty short-term goals? If you do that, you are doing a great disservice. Krishna is very much against that. If they want to come up in life, encourage them, but add a dose of devotion into that. Tell them your goal will become easier to achieve if you pray to the Lord. If you do some acts of bhakti along with that. If you do some charity along with that. You are aspiring from 1 lakh salary, you are jumping to 2 lakh salary, then please earmark 10% for good quality of charity. To the most appropriate people, give this charity. Some austerity, you try to engage them in. Don't eat at least non-vegetarian food. Turn more into vegetarian food. Slowly, slowly, in a palatable way, while appreciating their achievements, you turn them in a more pious way of life. This is your contribution. Krishna becomes very happy. In your heart of hearts, you want them to become devotees. But you realize that this is in the hands of Krishna, not in your hands. But at least you make them favorable towards a pious way of life, is it not? From Tamogun to Rajogun to Sattvagun, you have to raise people. From Sattvagun, they will go up to Suddha Sattva. So we have to do that. This is the shloka. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So this is a very, very important shloka. And number 22. Name parthaste kartavya trishu lokeshu kinchana. Krishna is telling his own example. He told Janaka, then he told, better set a good example to others. Then Krishna tells how he is dealing with this situation. Nana vaptam avaptavyam varta yevacha karmani. O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the 3 planetary systems. He is the creator of all the planetary systems. What work is prescribed for him? Nor am I in want of anything. If I want something, I have to work for it. That's called fruitive activity. But Krishna has no wants, nor have I a need to obtain anything. And yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. What are prescribed duties for Krishna? He is in Braja, he is Yadava, he is Vaishya. When he is in Dwaraka, he is Kshatriya, and he's doing that. As Kshatriya, he's putting down the wicked people, he's performing yagyas, he's performing dana, charities, and he's doing that perfectly as a Kshatriya. He's exemplifying in Dwaraka. When Narada Muni visits the 16,000 households of Krishna, not one household we are unable to manage. Krishna is managing 16,108 households in Dwarka. And Narada Muni is going one after the other in quick succession. And he's seeing Krishna is engaged in all the prescribed Varnashrama duties. In every house, somewhere is performing Sandhya Vandana, somewhere is doing meditation, somewhere is dealing with Brahmanas, giving them cows in donation. Somewhere he's performing Upanayanam for his son. Somewhere he's arranging marriage for his daughter. Everywhere he's performing Varnashrama duties. So perfectly Krishna is doing. So Krishna is not considering Varnashrama as inferior. What about us? So we should not think, oh, I am so advanced, I am such a great devotee. When such thoughts come, we are in serious danger because we are already fallen. Not that we are going to fall. Any thought of pride, no. Because Krishna conscious means humility and growth of humility. And humility blossoms into prema. And that prema is itself another name for humility. Dainya. Dainya. That is the word which is used. So here Krishna is telling, absolutely I have no duties, but still I do. Why? Krishna will explain now. 23. Yadi hyaham na varteyam jatu karman atendritah mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasah. For if I ever failed to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, varnashrama duties, O Partha, certainly all men will follow my path. If Krishna does not perform prescribed duties, others also will not perform prescribed duties. What they will say, oh, Krishna himself did not perform. Actually, it is wrong. Prabhupada would say, some devotees of Lord Shiva, they say, we take ganja. We smoke ganja. Why we smoke ganja? Because it's a poison. Lord Shiva consumed poison. Hal poison. So we are all followers of Shiva. So we also take poison. So Prabhupada says, what foolishness. Can you do whatever the Lord does? Very powerful people, they can do anything. They can eat and digest. Can you do that? So we should not imitate like that. This is called imitation. We should not imitate, but we should follow in the footsteps. There's a difference. I hope you can all understand the difference between imitating, where the heart is not there, only show is there. Whereas following in the footsteps, the heart is there, there is no showing off. That is following in footsteps. So Krishna says, if I did not do, other men will follow my path. So from Srimad Bhagavatam, it is understood that Lord Krishna was performing all religious duties at home and out of home as required of a householder. Prabhupada is quoting Bhagavatam here. You can see last line. He was performing the duties of a grihastha, householder. Although these rules are for conditioned souls, not for Lord Krishna. See, Krishna is doing prescribed duties not because he has to do them. They are not meant for Krishna. That's for conditioned souls. But still Krishna does it. Why? Because he has concern for the common man. And a devotee should take the same sentiment from Krishna. 24. Utside yuri me lokha nakuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam ima prajah. Krishna is telling why. If I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put to ruination. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. From this sloka, I have to take two important lessons. One lesson, as a devotee, I should not act whimsically. As a devotee, I should not act whimsically. Say, for example, if I am a Brahmana, and in the morning it is my duty to perform Sandhya Vandana. But I say, I am a devotee, I won't do Sandhya Vandana. Instead, I will watch television, or I will read the newspaper, or I will go into WhatsApp and see what is the latest. Then you are setting a bad example. As a devotee, I should not claim exemption from anything. That is very, very important. We have to take consideration for others around us. What kind of example am I setting? So that is very, very important for us to know. So that is a very important lesson for us to know. Secondly, Varnashrama is so very important. We should not talk ill of Varnashrama. Krishna is telling, if Krishna did not follow Varnashrama, what will happen? The society will not follow Varnashrama. Then what will happen? All these worlds will be ruined. And unwanted population will be produced. And unwanted population means suffering to everyone, including the ancestors. We have seen already how Arjuna lamented what will happen. So the peace of all living beings will be destroyed. Varnashrama gone, peace is gone. No peace. Of all living beings, not only in this world, even the Pitrus and the Devatas, peace will go. So Varnashrama is important. Please don't think ill of Varnashrama. Varnashrama is very much the essence of the Vedic scriptures. And the Vedic scriptures are the life breath of the Lord. Never think ill of Varnashrama. Oh, because of Varnashrama, people are not following bhakti. No, that is not the reason. Varnashrama is a very favorable situation for bhakti. But unfortunately, people are falling away from Varnashrama also because of uncontrolled senses. So please don't think Varnashrama is an obstacle for bhakti. No, uncontrolled senses is the obstacle for bhakti. If someone cannot do bhakti, let them at least do Varnashrama. This principle we should take it to heart, and we should not ever criticize or condemn these non-devotional processes which are approved by scriptures. We should not criticize those scriptures also, which recommend, right? Which recommend Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashta Yoga. We should not criticize. How to deal with that? We should use our intelligence. 26. Na buddhi bedam janayet. Krishna is recommending a very, very important shloka. 25 first, yeah. 25. Sakta karman avidvamso yatha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvam tada shaktas chikir shur loka sangraham. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, the learned may similarly act. Please underline. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results. When there is attachment to results, they are considered ignorant. But they are also performing duties. Mind you, they are not complete fools. Even though Krishna is calling them as ignorant people, right? But they are performing their duties. But the unfortunate part is they want results. More ignorant people don't even perform duty, right? Which is common in today's world. People neglect duties. They only want results by crook or by hook. They don't perform duty to get their results. But by cheating, stealing, begging, whatever means, they want to achieve their goals. That is the worst. This is better, performing duties. But Krishna is driving Arjuna to a higher platform. Don't perform your duty for results. You have come to the platform of duty, but give up the results. Like that. So as the ignorant, but here Krishna is telling the ignorant people perform duties very nicely to get results. Learned people also should work like them. Learned people means who have no attachment to the results. But they should also work like a man of attachment, but without attachment. Which means externally you cannot tell that this person has no attachment because he will be working as hard as a person having attachment to fruits. For example, two officers working in the same institution. One person is working for his promotion. Another person is not working for promotion. Another person is simply discharging his duty with complete commitment. Externally, you cannot see a difference. In the Mahabharata war, Arjuna is fighting, Duryodhana fighting. Both are putting their whole heart into the process of fighting. But there is a big difference. Arjuna is not attached to the results of the war. Like that, Krishna is telling. Then why the learned will act like the ignorant people? For the sake of leading people on the right path. Is there any doubt here? For leading people on the right path, you are going to do, not for your own benefit that you are attached to the fruits of your action, but you don't want to misguide people. So you want to lead them on the right path. So just like a man with attachment will work, you should also work, but without attachment. 26. 26 is a very important shloka also. With that, we will close. Na buddhi bedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarva karmani vidvan yukta samacharan. So as not to disrupt the minds of ignorant men attached to the fruitive results of prescribed duties. A learned person should not induce them to stop work. Hey, what is this promotion you are working for? It's all temporary, you see. Everything will be one day lost. One day you will become old, sick and die. Who will remember you after that? Rather, you should do bhakti and plan to go back to God. Why is this attachment to your promotion? You should not talk like that. Yeah. So, you should not disrupt the minds of ignorant men attached to fruitive results of prescribed duties. You encourage them to do the prescribed duty. That is important. Slowly, the detachment from results will come. But at least they are engaged in prescribed duty. If you discourage them from doing prescribed duty, they will start doing evil acts. That is very, very important. That a learned person should not induce them to stop that work. He should not stop them from performing duty. Then what they will start doing? They will start performing activities which are harmful to themselves and to the society. Rather, by working in the spirit of devotion, he should engage them in all sorts of activities for the gradual development of Krishna consciousness. Within bracket, it is a secret not to be disclosed. Not to be disclosed. What you should do? You should work in the spirit of devotion and engage them in all sorts of activities. Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, whatever it is, prescribed duties, whatever, engage them. But for the gradual development of Krishna, it will automatically develop because Krishna has arranged everything like that. Whether it is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Kanda, everything is arranged in such a way that there will be a gradual development of Krishna consciousness. For us, we have taken to Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, association of devotees. We are on the direct path to Krishna. But those who are unable to come on the direct path, let them at least gradually come towards Krishna consciousness. One day they will get the mercy of a devotee and they will take the pure devotion. So this is the way we should think. 26 we have completed. We will take up from 27 next week. Hare Krishna. Just give me a moment. I will stream the